And welcome back. And this week we're going to be starting our first real mission. We're now a fully fledged lieutenant. We've changed our uniform into the ship captain uniform since we're in command. Also modified how our ship looks. It now resembles a Centaur class ship, and we've also added in all the equipment that we got from the last mission and the one before, so we're fully prepared. So here we go. This is it, stranded in space. Lieutenant have received the report that there is a bullion freighter that is overdue arriving at a space dock. It may need assistance. Please talk to Malcolm Cecil in the shipyard. He will have more information about the missing vessel than I do. So I've got to speak to Malcolm Cecil, and he's actually just down the walkway here. And these are what I'll get. I'll get 3,000 skill points, 780 expertise, that's used for training up your bridge officers. Azure personal comm code, some better armour, better shields, and a warp core, a better warp core. This thing, Azure personal comm code, allows me to call a freighter when I'm in sector space, access my bank and the exchange from anywhere. So we'll accept that mission. Right, so let's go speak to Malcolm Cecil. I believe he's just down here. He's right there. Greetings, Lieutenant. So you're here to talk about the missing freighter. We haven't had a communique from the SS Azura in more than 20 hours. Dana Brott is an experienced captain and the daughter of a former Starfleet officer. It is not like her to be out of contact. It would be a real help if you could go to sector space and find the Azura. I've already transmitted the ship's last known coordinates to your con officer. Good luck. When you're ready to return to your ship, click the beam to ship button in the upper left corner of your minimap, which is there. And I can basically ask him here, where can I change my ship or get new equipment, and it's a bit of a tutorial. So we don't need to do that. I'll just have a quick look out on into space dock and see a variety of ships out there, including the new Pathfinder, which came out last week. And there's some sort of graphical glitch going on there, we'll just ignore it. And a bit of lag. Oh, we can just beam right up, or we can go back to the transporter room, which I like to do. Give you guys a chance to have a quick look around space dock as I'm doing so. See, now I'm standing here, I can beam down to the academy. We don't want that, so I have to click that button. Click OK. This takes us to the Sol system, and there's the new look of the Lafayette. So it's a Centaur class, which was featured in Deep Space Nine. And you might be able to tell it was basically a kit bash of a Miranda and an Excelsior class. So we've got to go to sector space, so we click on this button now and it'll warp us out. USS Lafayette, this is a space dock. You are cleared to warp to sector space.
My friends sacrificed so much to secure peace with the Klingons. I bear the responsibility for the consequences to him and his crew, a thought that troubles me to this day. The hope was that this alliance would last forever. It did not. The Klingons have chosen war. The Federation is doing its utmost to protect its borders and the billions of innocents who call this space home. But I fear that this conflict may be our undoing.
Each time we move into a new sector block, we'll get a little voiceover like that from Leonard Nimoy or Denise Crosby, depending where we're going. Just giving us a little bit of background. If I open up the map now, this is the sector block we're currently in. If I go to Galaxy Map, those are all the sector blocks we can travel to. Delta Quadrant, Beta Quadrant, Alpha Quadrant. Alright, we need to find the Azura. Now that says talk to Azura, but that's because somebody's called it up. We actually go back to area map, go in here. So I just click on the system, and click OK, and we auto move. Sorry about the little pop-up before, because my character's not in a fleet at the moment. Everybody decides they're just going to invite or try and invite me. I actually run my own fleet. I've not invited this tune yet. Here we go. 20 ships in range. This is Donna Brot of the Transport SSS Azora. Please help. Warp core, containment, field down, radiation flooding ship, communications and life support failing. Cannot eject warp core. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us. Excuse me. Here we go. Rescue the SS Azura. To any ships in range, this is Dana Brot of the Transport SS Azora. Please help, we're being pursued by Orion Raiders, crew injured, taking heavy fire, dropping out of warp near your coordinates. Need immediate evacuation assistance, please help us. Alright. Terrell, keep tracking that distress signal. And there's the Azura. Okay, so the sensors are picking up several light attack craft on an intercept course. We need to deal with them before we can render aid to the SS Azura, so we need to defeat the Orion Raiders threatening the Azura. There we go, full power to shields, helm take us in range. Now these little things here are actually like anomalies, you can scan them and they actually give you crafting materials which we will need later in the game. So we'll just do our little harvesting before we get into combat. It brings up this little mini game here, and there we go.
Warning, ship is under attack. Engage weapons and engines. Target shield failed. Recommend torpedo launch now.
As you may be able to tell, although the appearance of the ship has changed, nothing else has. It's still really slow.
Target shields have failed. Recommend torpedo launch now.
Right, just before we move on, I just want to quickly clean up my power tray, as we don't need these in and click lock tray, and quickly again go to loadouts. This allows me to save all my ship equipment, so if I change ships and then change back, I can load everything up without having to manually transfer the equipment over. So I'll just call that 1, okay, and there we go. So that should save everything. Right, full impulse power.
Warning, ship is under attack. Engage weapons and engine shields have failed. Recommend torpedo launch now.
Ion beam. And now it's done. We can scan the Azura, find out what's going on. Captain, I'm detecting elevated radiation levels on the Azura. I have alerted the transporter chief of the situation. She can brief you before you beam over to the Azura. Go to transport room. Away team, report to the transporter room. And there we go. Actually taking 4 of our bridge officers this time. There's 2 tactical officers, the engineer and the science officer and myself. So accept. And here we are. We're in our transporter room. And we go talk to the transporter chief. Captain, I'm concerned about the radiation on the Azura. She might have some damage to the warp core, but our sensors can't pick up enough to determine exactly what you'll find over there. I'm sure I can send you and the away team to the ship safely, but getting you back might be a problem until the Azura's critical damage is repaired. Step onto the transporter pad when you're ready to go, and be careful, sir. Okay. Try to keep a lock on us and prepare to transport survivors. Oh, let's walk calmly over and watch the bridge officers scutter across the floor. Shut down plasma leaks, and there's 3 of them. So if we look on the map quickly, come out of there, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. You can see enemies in the corridor, some in that room. Injured crewmen. Let's go into shooter mode, switch weapons for our new rifle. So I'm picking up multiple life signs. Some of them are the Azura's captain and crew, but the rest are Orion. Plasma leaks are blocking our path to the survivors. We need to use the consoles to safely vent the plasma. Right, so we use the consoles to bypass primary conduits and contain the plasma leaks. Rescuing survivors is our top priority. There's 1 plasma leak, and there's Orion's there. Apparently we can't hit him. A little bit of a bug. I don't think he should be there. I think he should be around the corner. Right. Bypass that. There we go.
Enemy targets on sensor. Prepare for combat.
Watch where you're throwing them grenades. And there's the next leak. And I believe the console is in this room.
Flanking damage detected. Take evasive action.
I didn't mean to shoot at the injured crewman there. So scan the crew member, let's see what we can do. The crew member is critically injured and you do not have the training needed to assist them. Science career is required to complete this task. Now, if you do these missions in a team and you can get an engineer, a tactical officer and a science officer, you can complete all the optionals and get all 3 accolades. Bypass the plasma conduit. But we're an engineer. Some more harvesting. There we go, take that. Just make sure it's right. If it pops it there, you need to put it in the R&D section. This is where all your R&D materials should go. And methinks I like this new rifle. I believe it's the full auto. So instead of firing a beam, it fires pulsed phaser shots. Secondary attack is again an AoE. Right, we know we can't do anything there. There's the console. Bypass this plasma leak. That's all three of them. I believe now we've got to go and find the captain. He just happens to be up here in the engine room. Scanning the warp core, Captain. Catastrophic failure of the antimatter containment. Warp core breach is imminent, Captain. Unless the breach is contained, the Azura will be destroyed. Right. We hit an Orion ambush on our way to K7. Now I believe they were supposed to be coming to a space dock, so this might want changing at some point. We lost our weapons almost immediately, and then we took a direct hit near engineering. Our warp engine's magnetic antimatter containment field failed. We had no choice but to drop shields and use the power to try and stabilise the containment field. As soon as the shields were down, Orion's boarded the ship. I'll never let those green pirates have the Azura. Please take my crew to safety. I'll be trying to stabilise the warp core. If I'm lucky, I can buy you some time. Escort the Azura crew members to the cargo bay. Right, so I can help your crew. Oh, not yet. Now if I click not yet, I believe... No. I must actually have to accept that bit of the mission. So, yeah, I'll help your crew. Yeah, there we go. Because I'm an engineer, I can actually fix the warp core. And this is my optional. So, if you reroute power from life support to containment, you can stabilise the core long enough to erect a level 10 force field, which should hold the antimatter long enough for the Azura to get to a starbase for repairs. It's risky, but unless you do something soon, the warp core will explode. Right. Have a run over here. Life support levels are 82%. Automated backups will engage if power to life support drops below 47%. Are you sure you wish to reroute power to the antimatter containment? Yes, reroute the power. Deploy containment field. And there's our accolade, Cochrane student. Erecting the level 10 force field won't repair all of the damage to the Azura, but it should contain the antimatter and give the ship a fighting chance to survive. If the vessel makes it through the next few minutes, it should be able to limp to a starbase on impulse power. The shipyard is needed to make all of the repairs that the vessel needs. Engage the force field. So we do that, there we go, force field's up. And then we can get the crew out of here after we scan this anomaly. There we go. And here we go, more Orions beaming in. Nothing's ever easy. Now, if I was a tactical officer, I could use this console right here, and that would cause plasma to jet out and kill most of the Orions. But we can't do that. So we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. You sure everybody's with us? Go to the transporter room, we'll be right behind you. Scanning. Awaiting to Lafayette. Chief, are you ready to transport? The Azura's radiation levels are returning to normal. The survivors of the Azura's crew are on the transporter pad. We don't have much time, get these people off the ship now. We have them, sir. Sensors detect more Orion ships on the way. Captain, we need you back on the bridge. Right. Leave shooter mode and let's get on the transporter pad. And beam out. Speak to the transporter chief. There are more Orion ships inbound, Captain. We need you back on the bridge right away. Awaiting, prepare for emergency transport. Okay. We're ready to get into the turbo lift and go to the bridge. Incoming message from the Orions, putting it on screen. Leave now if you know what's good for you, Starfleet. We are taking this ship, her crew and her cargo. The Azura and her crew are under Starfleet's protection.
Warning.
And here we go.
Under attack. Engage weapons and engines. Target shields have failed. Recommend torpedo launch now.
That seemed a little bit too easy. Take those items. Now we've got to rescue the captain. Excuse me. Captain, we need to get within range and try to get a transport lock on Captain Brott. So, helm, get us in range. We're already there. Transport the captain. Scanning the Azura now, sir. Radiation levels are normal and the force field around the warp core is holding. She's out of danger. Captain Brott is her on us, sir, putting her on the main view screen. Many thanks, Lafayette. If it hadn't been for you and your crew, I would have lost my ship and my life. I'm in your debt. I'm setting course to Earth space dock for repairs. If I see you at Club 47, the drinks are on me. I think I might even have a few bottles of Tranya in the cargo hold. Continue. So, if I wasn't an engineer, the ship would have actually exploded then. Now that the Azura is safely away, sir, we should take the injured crew out of the system. Starfleet is sending a shuttle to retrieve them, and they can rejoin the Azura at space dock. Are you ready to leave? So here it tells us to press the Hail Starfleet button, which is there to hand the mission in, but we can actually do that once we leave the system. So depart the system. Hail Starfleet to report. Well done, Lieutenant. You saved the crew just in time. So we're getting 3,000 skill points, 780 expertise, and these are the goodies. So
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
now we've just hit level 3, almost level 4. And our next mission will be diplomatic orders. So that seems like a good place to leave it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. and I'll see you next time for diplomatic orders. And as always, live long and prosper.